What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Got some news on Manny Pacquiao. Michael Benson is reporting through a website, I think it's called Alerts, that Manny Pacquiao has said he's coming back in July, and his two possible opponents will be either Errol Spence or Mikey Garcia. As you know, Mikey Garcia just got through defeating Jesse Vargas in a fight that took place this past Saturday in Frisco, Texas at the Star Dallas Cowboys practice facility. It was a solid performance by Mikey Garcia. He did take a couple of shots, got kind of messed up a little bit in the face in that fight, but he overall got the job done as he was able to land that right hand. And once he found a home for that right hand, he kept throwing and he kept landing it. And he took over the fight, particularly in the second half of the fight, as he struggled early on in the first half of the fight. Now, Errol Spence, in his last performance, he fought a tough, rugged Sean Porter in a very entertaining fight, man. A very tough fight. A fight that he pretty much fought Sean Porter type of fight. Instead of boxing like he did in the Mikey Garcia fight, he went toe-to-toe with him and tried to match roughhouse tactics with Sean Porter, and it lended itself to a very entertaining fight. Now, those are two guys that are on the list to fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is slated to return in July is what he's saying. Now, this is going to make an interesting battle that's going to come down between DAZN and Eddie Hearn and PBC Al Heyman. Now, what we don't know is what contract situation is with Manny Pacquiao and the PBC. Some people say it's a 2-fight deal. Some people say it's a 3-fight deal. From what I remember, when he first signed with PBC, it was a 2-fight deal. It was a 2-fight deal for what I remember. But it might have been a 3-fight deal. But from what I remember when he signed it, and then he fought Adrian Broner, and then he fought Keith Thurman, his contract is up with PBC. I may be wrong, but that's what I remember. But we have to really see, and hopefully somebody come out with clarification of his contract situation with the PBC. Now, one thing I did notice, though, is when they was talking with Manny Pacquiao's wife, she was saying that Manny Pacquiao has never been as happy as he is in his boxing. He has never been this happy in his boxing career that he is now that he signed with PBC. He said PBC is a first-rate company. They've done Pacquiao. They treat him very well. They've got him the big fights, 2 big fights with Broner and Thurman, 2 pay-per-view fights. I think he made a minimum of $20 million each in both of those fights. And that's pretty much Manny Pacquiao's asking price. That's his bottom dollar asking price. He wants to be making at least bare minimum $20 million when he steps into the ring. That's his price. And I'm pretty much sure with DAZN, Eddie Hearn talking about putting that fight in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has a lot of deep pockets, a lot of big-time investors over there willing to put up big money for fights, as we've seen with Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz rematch. So if they can meet that $20 million asking price, it's going to be interesting to see how far over DAZN can go over that $20 million. Because I'm pretty much sure PBC, they've given Manny Pacquiao at least $20 million in the 2 fights with Broner and Thurman. So that would make DAZN have to go up significantly on the $20 million to entice him to come over there to DAZN, to come over to DAZN, if he's able to come over there to DAZN. That's the key, man. We really don't know the contract situation. We don't know if it's a 2-fight deal or a 3-fight deal. From what I remember, it was a 2-fight deal. But even if it is a 2-fight deal, his wife was saying that Manny Pacquiao is very happy at the PBC. So we'll see how that plays out, man. But it could come down to a bidding war, a real big bidding war. It could come down to that. Could come down to a bidding war. Manny Pacquiao at this stage of his career is looking for the fights that's going to bring in the biggest prize, and that's monetary. And he'll be looking at that. So if DAZN can come with the bag, maybe somewhat some money like what they gave Canelo. Canelo's making around $35 million a fight. Maybe if they come with that with Manny Pacquiao, maybe that'll be enough to entice him to come over there to DAZN if he's able to do that with his contract situation with PBC. Now, PBC can offer him. He made $20 million fighting Thurman. He made $20 million fighting Broner. He fights Errol Spence. That's a bigger fight than his last 2 fights. So maybe PBC should be able to go up on that $20 million minimum guarantee. Maybe they can come with something else. But PBC usually just keeps the minimum guarantee at a certain rate, and then they give you the chance to make it on the back end of the pay-per-view. The gate, you can get a percentage of the gate, the sales, all that, the sales they're doing at the arena during the fight night, what they're selling in the in the stands, you know, soda water, beer, popcorn, you know, hamburgers, hot dog, whatever the food that they have selling at that particular arena, man. You know, the fighter can get a percentage of that, and they add that all to it. That'll pretty much, you know, could really enhance that 20 million, man. They could jump that up easily to, you know, 25, 30 million. So it's gonna come down to monetary value each network is provide, and then it's gonna come down to number two could play a factor is. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao seems to be very happy at the PBC. He's as happy as he's ever been in his boxing career. His wife Jinky said that, you know, right before the Adrian Broner press conference when they was announcing that fight, she was saying that Manny Pacquiao really enjoys how PBC is treating him. So if the numbers are close between both networks, maybe he stays with PBC through the fact that, you know, he's in a good place right now, fighting under the PBC umbrella. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. Eddie Hearn is saying he's going to put a full course press on trying to bring Manny Pacquiao over there to the zone. He's even got a date set up, July 11th in Saudi Arabia. You know, like I said, those guys got deep pockets over there, and they'll be looking to land him over there. But if the PBC can bring him and make him stay in the PBC, you can look for a big fight with Errol Spence. You know, that fight could probably most likely take place in Las Vegas, because that'll be where the fight makes the most sense. You put it on the Strip, put it maybe at the MGM Grand. That's the last two Wilder fights has been. Well, his last fight was there with the Fury rematch, and then the third fight is slated to be at the same location. So maybe they could put it there. But if they're talking about July, that's around about the same time as Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. So we're gonna be interested to see how they do that. Will they bump it up to early part of July, putting two pay-per-view fights on at the same month? If you're talking about Spence and Pacquiao in the same month as Wilder Fury, I think they're gonna have to actually move Spence and Pacquiao back. Either move it up to June or move it back to August. When you start getting to August, that's a tricky month, man. You got the NFL preseason starting and stuff like that. You got to go against the NFL, and even their preseason games do real good numbers. So you got to take all that into account and see what happens and see what transpires, man. But that's the news of today, man. We'll see how we'll see what as you know. You see what happens and see what transpires, man. You asked me, you know, what I think's gonna happen if I had to make an educated guess. If the money is close between the zone and PBC, I think Manny Pacquiao stays in the PBC and fights Errol Spence. But if he does go to the zone, I mean, the zone just offered a bag that PBC couldn't match. John Skipping came in here and offered him Canelo Alvarez type of money, you know, per fight. What he making per fight, not the long-term deal, Canelo Alvarez, but per fight deal, somewhere around $35 million. If they could throw that bag like that for that fight, I think Manny Pacquiao will have a hard time turning that down. I think you'll see him fighting Mikey Garcia on the zone, and even with the contract situation with the PBC, you know, I think Al Heyman will probably let him go on over there, because Al Heyman will be getting a percentage of that anyway. He's getting a manager percentage of his fighters. I don't know if it's 5%, 10%. I don't know what the contract states, but he will definitely get a cut of that. So I don't see them standing away if they offer $35 million and all. And the best PBC can do is $20 million plus pay-per-view upside and and gate percentage and concession percentage, not matching up to the $35 million. I think they would have no choice but to wish them luck and let them go on over there to the zone and fight fight Mikey Garcia, and like I said, Al Heyman will still get his cut off of it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But that's the news right now, man. Manny Pacquiao says he's coming back in July, and he says the two opponents under consideration are Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence Jr. Leave your comments in the comment section. Which opponent you think would be the best matchup for Manny Pacquiao? Let me know that in the comment section, and give me a prediction on it. What you think? Who would think will win? Errol against Manny, or Mikey against Manny? Who you think will win and what round? You think go to decision, or it'll be a knockout or a stoppage? Give me your opinion on that in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.